What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy and welcome to our video on the channel. Today guys, I wanted to talk more about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and what I wanted to talk about specifically was the next time I think we might end up seeing Strelitzia, or just asking the question in general, when is the next time we will be seeing Strelitzia in the Kingdom Hearts series? Now, the reason this is brought up is because at the ending of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, we learned that Strelitzia is indeed around. I don't know about alive necessarily, but around in some way, shape, or form. She was around the Data Daybreak Town, walking around with who seemed to be the Master of Masters, or Lucio, likely the Master of Masters. And that was it. That was the last we saw of her. Lauriam got a hope, and his new thing now is going into the future, or going wherever he ends up, and searching for his sister. Elrona likely being there to help, and I'm sure other characters, when they meet up with Lauriam, like if Ventus finds out and whatnot, he'll want to help as well. Since Strelitzia was a big part of his character in general, she affected a lot in Union Cross, like a lot. Like, Strelitzia is kind of in a similar position Xion sort of is in my head, and my argument for that is that Xion, to me anyways, is a big reason I love Roxas and Axel as much as I do, because her being a part of that group dynamic really characterizes a lot of them, and her herself has an amazing character as well, and it's part of what makes Days so special, just in simple terms. And Strelitzia doesn't necessarily have a crazy group dynamic like Xion does, but rather she does a lot of different things that just overall affected the entire grand scheme of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Like, the majority of Union Cross was about her death and how her death affected the Union leaders, allowing Ventus to be a replacement, Darkness to get kickstarted on their little plan, and she seems to be a driving factor behind Lauriam's character and a lot of Ventus's guilt as well. A lot of that started with Strelitzia. Oh, and another add-on, a reason she even died in the first place is because she was chasing after the player and Scold, wanting to save them from the Keyblade War. Or save the player mostly. And her character herself too, I think is pretty good. We haven't seen that much of it, but I can't say anything I've seen of her I haven't liked. Like, she's always been a part of a lot of the most entertaining moments of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross whenever she is on screen. Like the little cutscenes she had before she ended up perishing. I found her to be one of the more expressive characters in Union Cross out of everyone we already knew. And then that cutscene with Lauriam is still to this day one of my favorite moments, favorite cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross's period. So I would definitely like to see her again, whether it's in Unreal Engine 4, whether it's in Dark Road, another future KH game. I'm excited. Her character is a complete mystery right now though. I get this weird vibe that she might end up being on the dark side, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but she's not going to be necessarily with us the next time we see her. I feel like she's going to be used as some sort of like ploy for Marluxia, for Lauriam, to mess with their head. She won't be completely herself, because I feel like if Strelitzia was revived with all of her memories, all of her everything, not being manipulated, one of the first things she would probably do would be to go and try to find the player, or go and try and find Lauriam, or something along those lines. Not go with the Master of Masters, who, from my understanding, barely anyone has really met before outside of the foretellers. So I definitely feel like she's being used to mess with them. I made a video pointing out how we never saw her in the part 2 of the finale after we saw her like walking around Daybreak Town, which I really did find very bizarre because she was such an integral point of the story for that game. Same thing with Ava as well. They were both very important parts of what sparked Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, but neither of them were seen in the finale, which to me means they're either going to be in Dark Road, if they have a place in Dark Road at all, which is kind of hard to find one for them, or they're being saved for something just way bigger, a big plot reveal, plot twist, development in the future game. I do think she could be one of the most important characters in the future. One of those sleeper characters that has a role that's a lot bigger than some of us may think. Maybe she's more involved in Quadratum and other stuff than we might realize. The Master does disappear to Quadratum, disappear to Verum Rex. At least that's what he says in the finale. Maybe he took Strelitzia with him. I don't know fully why, but that's a possibility, I guess. Imagine if Sora ends up meeting Strelitzia. I actually feel like those two would have a pretty cool dynamic together. She's just walking around Quadratum with like none of her memories, which would spark some interesting thoughts about Quadratum as well. I don't know. What do you guys think though? Where do you guys think Strelitzia ends up? What role do you think she's going to play in the future of the Kingdom Hearts series? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed today's video though, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.
Now she's a daydreamer. She's always thinking